So it's the last day, 2025. I don't know if it's been good for everybody. It's been a mediocre year, I think, but also pretty good. That's a weird thing to say, isn't it? I guess that's how I feel. Maybe that just is a sign of inconsistency. So for 2026, is there an attempt to be consistent? Probably. Maybe. There always is an attempt to be consistent. If you look at yourself and go, well, what's my main weakness? And it's probably consistency. Consistency is a major factor in performance, in terms of, sporting ability or whatever. Personality-wise, consistency is very helpful. People know or like to know what they're getting when they talk to somebody. They don't like people that flip and flop in terms of emotions, etc. I know I don't. I got children, oh my God. How some adults get to the age they get to with basically the emotional maturity of a 5-year-old is remarkable. But I see these behaviours in adults that I see in my 5-year-old. It's quite astonishing. There's actually a bloke, I think he's the leader of the free world. I think he's probably got a mature age of maybe about 9. It's ridiculous. Anyway, it's been a year of learning a lot about how the world works. So I should say social media on reflection is a changing beast, but I tell you what, if you've got a desire to improve yourself, the information is there. There is so much information. The problem is sifting through it, whether that's an AI agent you need, but then the AI agent's not exactly accurate. So everything has to be taken with a little bit of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Skepticism, yeah. But anyway, going back to consistency, as I've gone on a little tangent, that's the goal. Be consistent. Consistent with your finances will yield much better results. Yeah, it's a bitter lesson to learn. Anyway, I'm hoping that 2026 might see a bull market in the crypto sector. I'm somewhat doubtful, unfortunately. The reality is that given the level of governance, incompetence and greed that rules the world, we're kind of in a dip of the middle class's available funds to invest, and most people are just trying to get by. So that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? So I don't know where we get the bull market from, because the bull market is usually based on, well, the crypto bull market is based on people trying to get diamond hands from nothing, and if they ain't got any money to put in, they ain't going to promote any bull market. So this is where the capitalists have shot themselves in the foot. But then do they care? Because they've already screwed us over in the first place. Oh dear. That's a long story. Yet we get all these distractions happening, obviously, probably rightly so. And hopefully this new information age is, helping disarm some of these clowns. And, of course I'm talking about those particular files. But also that opens up so many angles in terms of what goes on and how and why and how that relates. And then going back onto the finance subject, then if you actually know something about how the world works in a worse way than you wish, it makes it very hard when it comes to just willingly throwing money at investments without first doing due diligence to make sure that you're not throwing your money into supporting some sort of greedy war, which unfortunately is the reality of investing in the S&P and whatnot. It's hard to be an ethical person. It really is. Why do we bother? Why don't we just shoot each other? Seems to be what the leaders seem to want us to do. Anyway, I'm not going to subscribe to that theory. I'd rather try and be a good person. It's a bit of an effort. You have to be. Unfortunately, I don't think the default position of most people is to be nice. I think we're just protective of, I don't know, our emotions, maybe. Anyhow, 2026, what can be done different? can be consistent, whatever the goal is. Yeah, there you go. That's my 2025 ramble. It's a nice walk anyway, so have a good new year.